Hello, I'm Mark J. Boyer, and welcome to The Whiskey Artist. Today, let's get started with some art creation, and then we'll explore the various bottles on my shelves and see what pairs best with that. Today, we're looking at an EverNorth bottle, because I spend a lot of time there. Anyway, the art speaks for itself. Remember, it goes fast. So with that piece, basically I showed you a process of, well, here, this is the finished piece. And what I did was, and these are just cheap canvases. There's nothing special about them. They're just little cheap stretch canvases. And what I did was, I made sure to put a base coat on it first. I showed you that. And then I just took a smaller brush and did some like hash marks to give it kind of a nest kind of feel to it. And I used different colors, and I used a finer brush, and that's what I ended up with. So this is just another different style of abstract that I do. I change up all the time, and that's why I've been trying to show everybody there's different types of abstract. I mean, it's just like over here, like this is completely different, compared to the two other pieces that I did prior. So different strokes for different folks, I should say, I guess. So anyway, so there's that. And I'll set that back here. We'll put that right back there. And so anyway, so today I just checked in with Brandon Sprague because I wanted to make sure what I knew the X meant. But this is one of their single barrels that was finished in a maple brulee barrel, and it's Green River. It is 75 corn, 21 rye, 4 malted barley. It's 7 years old, Kentucky. The X means double barreled. And I kind of figured that's what it meant, but I wanted to make sure before I just went and said. So anyway, I know many of you have tried this. Lou Dozzi really loved this bottle, and I told him I had one. He had it over at the last drop. He was sharing it with some different people, and it's a good bottle. So I was not there during bottling of this one. I think this was one that Liz went to, Liz B. And, but I've been involved in a few times when they bottled and labeled and stuff, but this one was not one of them. Anyway, EverNorth. You guys know all about EverNorth. I would hope you do. If you don't, I'm going to tell you. They are located in Freeland, Michigan. They're right on the city limits, the county line road, basically. Of Midland and Freeland. Technically they're in Midland, but mailing address is Freeland. They're located in the old Wise Glass factory, which was Brandon's father and grandfather's business. Chris, who a lot of you guys, Chris Sprague, and that's what the building was, and then they sold it to Sean and Dan. And the landlord, Mr. Nick, and anyway, they turned it into a distillery, and they've been quite successful. I mean, this is their second anniversary, and they're doing great. And so anyway, and I spent a lot of time there. We have a cottage over on that side of the state. I live on the Lake Michigan side. We vacation on the Saginaw Bay, Lake Huron side. So I go over there and spend quite a bit of time during the spring, summer, and fall. Not as much during the winter, just because, well, it's northern Michigan, and that's the way it gets. But I'm planning on going over there this week, actually, and hopefully maybe open up my cottage. Even though there's a lot of snow. We'll see. We'll see how the pipes held up. Anyway, with that said, let's give it a rip. I mean, like I said, I just opened it up. We'll see. I haven't tasted it in a while. Like I said, it's I mean, right off the nose, you can get that maple. And, and it's not, what is it, 122 proof? I mean, you don't get a lot of ethanol off of it. It's not, overly alcohol-y. But all these Green River barrels are excellent. I haven't had one yet that the boys have obtained that has been bad. I mean, they've all been well, below par as far as birdie bottles and eagle bottles, not bogey bottles. How about that? Golf reference, because well, that's what we do. Anyway, on the nose, I get that. It's kind of a little bit of a cherry with the maple and your classic vanillas and your brown sugars, which is probably going back to the maple brulee part. You know what? It's really good. And oh, by the way, I busted that out. Virtue Spirits Glen. And it's funny. It's the only EverNorth Glen I have, and it's Virtue, which is funny. I don't know why, but I just haven't bought another one. So anyway, and I haven't stole any either. Remember that. People were bad about that at first. So cheers. Oh yeah, that's crushable. I mean, it's got that sweetness. Like Kentucky Cobbler just came out, berry sweet. This has more baking spice, pancakes, waffle type sweetness going on. So a different type of sweetness, but not overly sweet. Not overly sweet. A lot of people really liked the original Cobbler. To me, it was too sweet, but that's my palate. Lots of my friends think it's the greatest thing ever. Tessa, right there. Tessa knows. That's like her favorite bottle ever out of that place. So it's just one of those things. It's, everybody has their preference. But with that said, none of it's bad. I mean, there's nuances to all whiskey, and most people know this, but it's just like, I mean, there's a reason why I've got all these different bottles. I mean, you can switch up all the time. Just had this discussion over the weekend with somebody on Facebook, I believe it was, and they were talking about, well, how many bottles do you have open? Well, I'm kind of one of these weird people. I got 20 open right now. I realize I have 21 open right now. 22 with this. All these behind me, sealed. None of them are open. And I tend to, it's not that I am hoarding them. I tend to collect. It's more about the hunt to me. And I love, to have a couple pours. Sure. But I don't see a reason to open up every bottle I get. I am patient enough. I mean, it's what I do. I am a caregiver. You have to have patience. So I tend to be pretty patient. And my wife says I'm like the most patient person she's ever met. So I don't know. I'm patient to an extent. How about that? So, but I don't see a reason in opening them all because, I've heard people, like Dan I remember him talking about putting the stoppers in there like they do in wine bottles and put the argon gas in there and suck the air out and whatever. Travis Robeson just mentioned to me yesterday, we were chit-chatting back and forth, and I didn't know this, that they take clean marbles and put marbles in the bottle to shove the line up higher to keep the air out. And I was like, I'd never heard that one before. And he was telling me about that. And I was like, oh, okay. But I don't have that problem because I don't have them all open. So that's that. And that's where I'm sticking with that. So anyway, I'm going to let you all go. And please click the like button. Please subscribe. I'm just starting out on this. I took the three things that I know: television production, art, and whiskey. And I put them together. So, and that's what I'm doing. And I'm glad you guys enjoy the content. A lot of stuff I end up just doing kind of off the cuff type stuff. This is more edited, obviously. And remember, support local art. That's what I got. Peace out, guys.